Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
That does not bode well for the Democrats. If they thought the entire country was hanging on every word of the impeachment trial in the run-up to today, nobody there in that studio in California knew who that California congressman was.
That's exactly right. And when I go across Tennessee, people are sick and tired of this. They are excited about the China trade deal. They're excited about USMCA, and they're saying get on with the business of the country.
So what are you hearing now? Because I know the House is telling the Senate what to do. They want to see witnesses. In fact, Congressman Gerald Nadler has a warning for you. Listen.
If the Senate doesn't permit the introduction of all relevant witnesses and of all documents that the House wants to introduce, because the House is the prosecutor here, then the Senate is engaging in an unconstitutional and disgusting cover-up.
So are you going to do what he told you to do?
No, we're not. We're going to abide by the rules that have been set forward. We will pass a resolution of how we're going to proceed. And bear in mind, Brian, impeachment is a noun. The impeaching process took place in the House. If they wanted to call these witnesses, they could have called them. It is not our job to expand the impeachment. It is our job to review what they have sent forward, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do it in an expedient manner. We're going to be fair to the president and to the process, and we're going to get this behind us.
When you were in the House, were you telling the Senate what to do? I mean, no. That's what they're doing to you guys now.
Well, what they're doing is trying to go outside of a process, a constitutional process that is set forward. They have taken one of the most serious processes in the Constitution, and they're politicizing it. And they have had this as a partisan political impeachment from day one.
We just had Dana Lash join us from Texas a moment ago.
Right.
I'm sure you heard it there in Washington, D.C., and she was talking about how Nancy Pelosi was doing a favor to Joe Biden by essentially taking those 4 Democrat senators who are effectively jurors during the impeachment trial, taking them off of the campaign trail for a while. What do you think those 4 senators should do? You know, because they're weighing in on Donald Trump, who they want to replace.
That is right. And their day job is a senator. Their night job is going out and running for president. So they should recuse themselves. There is precedent for individuals seeking to be recused or should have been recused. This came up in 1868 in the Andrew Johnson impeachment. So I think that this is something that should be considered by the body. I think it is something that these individuals should say, look, we're spending millions of dollars to defeat this guy, and we don't want him to be president. And I do not think it is possible for them to fulfill their oath of impartiality if they are going to be running against him when they're not sitting in the chamber.
Let's see if they do that. So let's talk about moderate Republicans for a second. It looks as though Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, Senator Cory Gardner, if you label them that way, certainly going to be in a tough fight. Among those, and Senator Lamar Alexander, who you know quite well, share a state with, they are debating on having witnesses. And Senator Rand Paul is one of the people that said, if those moderate Republicans are going to vote with Democrats for witnesses, we're going to put out Hunter Biden, and we're going to put you in a tough spot, because then you're going to have to vote against Hunter Biden, against your own party twice. Do you need that type of leverage over moderate Republicans?
We don't need to go down the track of calling witnesses. As I said, our job is to review what the House has sent to us, and we will do that in a fair and expedient manner. And do we need to investigate Hunter Biden? Absolutely. And we should be doing that in the Judiciary Committee and getting to the bottom of that. And of course, you've heard from Senator Cruz, who has said, look, if you're going to have witnesses, then what we want to do is have Hunter Biden and whistleblower, however many people whistleblower is. But we don't need witnesses. We need to do this quickly. We need to settle it. We need to get this behind us and get on with the business of the country. Donald Trump has had a phenomenal week. USMCA, which we will pass today, the China trade deal being signed yesterday, the Japan deal went into effect on January 1. We're going to have the religious liberty order today. I think that he is fulfilling his promises. People want to see him reelected, and I think that all of this impeachment, a sham impeachment, this partisan work, we need to get past it.
All right, Senator, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks,
Good
Senator.
to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All right, you also had the 100 miles of wall built and got more money to fund it.
What if Democrats are thinking, we don't care if we throw